Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforce Big Love, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about the nursing dream abroad, what to expect, and how it feels. Well, to be honest with you, I took nursing for the reason that I could get to have a chance to explore the world. In other words, to work abroad and travel in different countries, for the sake of that. Other than the fact that, I must take care of people. Otherwise, I've no idea about the salary scale and the benefits in the Philippines. I have no idea what I'm getting into. It was my dad who helped me decide to take up nursing because, the same thing. He wants to see me, you know, working on the greener pastures. You know, grasses are greener on the other side. That's what usually happens if you don't take care of your own grass, if you don't take care of what you have. But I have no idea really, to be honest, what I'm doing, and all I know is that we when I take nursing, I could get to have a chance to join, to participate, and fulfill an American dream. Not a Filipino dream, but an American dream because the way people in the Philippines, we watch American artists, Hollywood movies, and all. It's all about America, and I just want to go there. But it all turns out that I just want to visit there. I don't want to live there. I don't. If I just want to see it for myself, just to at least not regret. And taking up nursing is quite exciting when you are a student. In spite of the hard work of studying and doing duties on a different provinces, that was our training before. But the level of excitement is kind of different when you're already working. You know why? Because once you've already passed the board exam and you finally are nursed, it's another level of challenge. Because when you're dreaming to work abroad, you got to work. You got to undergo some preparations. You have to pick which country would you like to work. Would you like to end up to? And you have to comply the requirements, the licensing exam, languages, as well as the hard work. Another hard work, our paperworks in the Philippines. Authentication, send your paper. We used to send our papers to Manila before for red ribbon. I don't know, national certification of your papers that it's really authentic. It takes that was before. I have no idea what it is right now. Well, for sure, there's still some hindrance. There's still some hard work in terms of paperworks. But other than the hard work that you have to undergo studying for the exams, the languages, as well as the NCLEX, what you're gonna take, or just merely the IELTS or OET, you got to study for that. And it's another hard work other than going to work itself as a nurse. And, you also need to figure out to yourself, when you're already working as a nurse, sometimes you get to really ask yourself if you really want to stay as a nurse forever. Because that's actually the perfect time that what is the job all about. Why are you working? You got to save lives. You got to even though you are already exhausted, you got to show up 100% for the people. For your patients, you have to show up at the best of your ability to take care of them, to at least not or never commit any mistakes. So you got to be there for your sick patients. So that's actually not only just about worrying yourself as well as your team, and then the care that you give to people. There's a lot of things to consider, and that's also another thing that you have to ask yourself if you really want to pursue the career while you're still young and you still have a chance to change your mind. You might want to be a teacher instead of being a nurse or a doctor. So you'll never know. You got to ask yourself. And other than thinking about which country you want to end up to, you might want to consider uh, the you need actually you also have to keep in mind that every country has a different healthcare system and practices. It's totally different. Like what we have in Philippines, it's another story in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and here in Ireland, it's different healthcare system. And when the cases that we handle in the Philippines are also different in Saudi Arabia. There's a couple of differences with the management too, and there might be new cases, new diseases that you might gonna encounter, and from Saudi Arabia and to Ireland and another new cases that I've encountered. So to some other nurses who work from more than 3 countries, yeah, they can relate to this. So yeah, you got to equip yourself for that. It's not just about the exam. You get to grow professionally, mentally, intellectually. And by the time when you arrive, your expectations has been met. You've passed the exam and you're already about to start your journey in another country, and once you arrive, it's another challenge. Although your expectations are going to different places, rock and roll, going to a party, pubs or bar, night outs, travel. Yes, indeed, you could actually do that. But you also might want to consider, the do's and don'ts of the culture and the new environment, the weather. In the Philippines, we don't have winter, spring, summer, and fall. Here, we do have. Sometimes, in Ireland, we could have 4 weathers in an hour. So it's changing weather, and it's always been gloomy most of the time in a year here in Ireland. As well as, when you arrive here, you're gonna begin your life in a new workplace. So it's another effort for you to, effort and hard work, as well as, journey to build connections with your colleagues and your teammates, as well as to your patients. So that's another expectations. Sometimes, you find it hard to build connections to new people, especially when, there's only a few expats in the team. So just like what I've experienced when I arrived in Ireland, so I most of the time I'm the only expat in my shift. So I don't know. I find it hard to connect with people, even though I speak English. I still find it hard to express myself. English is my second language, and I got to deal with homesickness as well as the cultural differences. But mind you guys, it'll be easier to build a connection with your teammates, with your colleagues in your area if you have you're like for me, if I work with my fellow Filipinos, people who can understand me, who could help me connect to different people in my team, in the team, in my new workplace. It's absolutely easier, just like what I've experienced in Saudi Arabia. It's we've loads of Filipinos in the area, in the ward, in the department. So it was quite, although it's still a hard work initially. The hardest part is the start. But when you have a good colleagues, they're gonna help you adapt. They're gonna give you tips and tricks to so that you can finish your work as quick as you can. And in the most part, guys, when you have a good colleague, especially if most of you are expats in the area, just like what we have in Saudi Arabia, we actually help each other, especially in the language. So we're going to encounter also language barrier, especially Arabic. And yeah, some of my colleagues, they help me out trying to interpret what I want to say to some patients and what the patients are telling me, up to the point that I can finally really handle myself independently and I can be trusted. And it takes time for for me to do that. So you also might want to consider that the homesickness, the language barrier, as well as the cultural differences. And the major thing is that when you miss your family home. So that's the time when you finally reach your dream, when you finally arrive to the country where you want to work. It's not just about the travel, money, night outs, good time. You also got to deal with the downside. And this top three, the loneliness. That's another way of saying it, about homesickness and the cultural differences as well as the language barrier. You got to deal with that. But nothing is impossible when you have friends, mentors, and communities. You might even want to consider uh, joining church communities with your fellow Filipinos and other expats. They're gonna help you out, make it to your loneliness, to the cultural differences. They're gonna give you a special seminar about the new place, the new area, new location, like in Dublin or where I was before, Riyadh. So I met new people. They were able to give me a good seminar, a tour about Riyadh, the do's and don'ts, the culture, what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. Look, it was nothing is impossible when you have a good support. So that's you might want to take note of this. Always get the good, the best, and the best support, the real friends, people whom you can trust. Nothing is impossible when you have these people around wherever you are. And yeah, these people, your support system will also help you out. The do's and fight the do's and don'ts, or adapt the do's and don'ts about the weather, environment, the workplace. But overall, from really working towards your dream as a student, starting as a student, then to becoming a nurse, so that you can work as a nurse abroad, it's actually a growth, a personal and professional growth for any nurses who have undergone this process. And you also have to understand that sometimes it's not, things are not going to happen in your own timeline. Sometimes it takes, to some people it takes 3 years. Okay, just like that, a snap. Then they can go abroad immediately to their favorite destination. It could be U.S. or U.K. Okay, they can do that. But to some people it takes time. 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, and even 15 years or 20 years to some people. So if you think that your dream is not coming true, look, it's just a matter of time. Just, it's way better to do something about it. Comply your requirements. And, it's just a matter of time that it's gonna happen to you. Dreams come true, sometimes dreams come true, not in your timeline. It's, sometimes, I must say that you got to enjoy what you have. You got to enjoy your present situation, because you'll never know. You keep looking ahead that I'll be going to US and all this, and then you fail to enjoy, to cherish what you have right now, and you might gonna miss it. You might gonna miss your family. So always enjoy the present moment. And yeah, when you go abroad, it's actually a wonderful experience of growth, because skills, you're going to grow your skills as well as your confidence. And the best part is you're going to have a broader perspective in life. You're going to grow professionally, emotionally, and personally. You have a better understanding about life as a nurse. Especially when you look at the people who's dreaming to go abroad, you can understand. And to be honest, if you already have money problems in the Philippines, going abroad, will not necessarily solve that problem. You got to solve that habit, your spending habits that you have in the first place, wherever you are. So always enjoy your present moment. And when you work abroad, it's not necessarily that you're gonna get rich. It's, wealth is habit. Building wealth is a character. So if you don't build that character, you're still gonna get broke. Even if you're gonna be a nurse in the, like, astronaut nurse with a million of salary, it's still not gonna solve your problem. Wealth, richness starts from within. It starts in yourself. And if you are a nurse, still a nurse, dreaming to work abroad, I just want you to know that, always keep your eyes on the price and stay motivated. Comply the requirements so that, you can tell the world, you can say to God that you've already done your part, you've submitted everything. So it's just a matter of time that, your dreams will come true. It might not be today, but it's going to be anytime, a matter of time. And always have support. Always be a good person. Always build a good company, have a support system wherever you are. Even if you are in the Philippines, always have good friends. Because you'll never know, your colleagues, you might meet your colleagues somewhere in abroad, in America, in UK. So you're still going to be hanging out together. So be a good friend. You're just gonna end up, uh, being together as a colleague somewhere else, with your colleagues right now. So always have a good support and embrace every experiences. Make most of your time and situation wherever you are at the present. So if you're not there in America yet, where you dream to work, just enjoy what you have right now. Because if you keep looking at the future, you might gonna miss the wonderful moments right now that you might gonna miss, when you're already there. And you're just gonna end up like homesick and you wanna go back to Philippines, and it's not easy to deal with you gotta deal with that mental health. So, the rewards of having a dream of working abroad, there's nothing really bad about it if you don't want to stay in the Philippines. We work for that, we study, and we earn it. So we have choices, and besides, we also pay taxes wherever we are. We pay taxes for the Philippines and in any country where we work. And as to me, the gift of dreaming, as a nurse to work abroad is merely a cultural exchange, as well as the best part, the professional growth that I have, in terms of skills, experiences, handling different cases, meeting different people, that actually involves unforgettable experiences in my life. So just two rewards for me. I'm gonna say once again, cultural experiences or cultural exchange, as well as professional growth and unforgettable experiences everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, wherever I am, I want to enjoy the moment. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to look up to, what's the next thing to do. I am planning for, since I'm already in the now, I'm planning for the next now. I'm always been excited. I love it. And to be honest, I thought I'm not gonna have a chance to go abroad because I failed 5 times in the English test, and my review for NCLEX, when I did plan to go in America, when I used to study for the practice test, I didn't make it most of the time. So, if you are smart or if you're not smart, just comply. And most importantly, never give up. Do your part. Never give up. hard work always pays off. So I hope I've shared a wonderful message today. And if you ever love this episode, you can share this to your family and friends. You can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, even in Amazon Music. Reinforce McLove. By the way, this is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thanks very much.